Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Disjointed Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. Oh, that was very weird. Your what's up actually completely crapped out your mic, so all we saw was you throwing the horns up.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I guess
You're just going to have to
I
stop from
was
screaming.
and throw by my what's up. I didn't know how to handle it.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, I am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the perfect Karma himself, Zealeus.
Good to see you, good sir.
Good to see you, too. This is the Thursday Night Hangout. It's a live show where we try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you have any topics, thoughts, questions, opinions, subjects, anything, drop it in the chat, be it on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, and we will try to add it to the show. If we do unfortunately run out of time, we'll add it to the very next show. I am happy to report that for the first time in a while, I do not have a basketball game tonight. My body thanks me for not having a basketball game because... for those curious, I somehow ended up playing 9 games in 10 days, and I can still walk. So there's that.
I mean, you can walk in your hands. That'd solve all your problems.
I'm not that. I don't have upper body strength.
I'm just saying, then you wouldn't hurt your knees in the process. Maybe that's what you need to try. Change things up a little.
Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Oh, yes. Real quick, house... oh my God, what do you call it? Housekeeping, notification, topic, whatever. I know that I believe the official Extra Life Game-a-thon is supposed to be not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. But because of prior commitments, this Saturday is my beautiful open. I'm not supposed to be doing anything Saturday, so I will be doing the 24-hour Game-a-thon this Saturday instead of the following Saturday.
Do you have a lineup yet?
Sort of. It's gonna be heavy on Hades 2, Star Wars, Outlaws, and Absalom on the Switch, which I will of course be utilizing the capture card, which is capturing Zealeus's charming face right now. And then I will probably put in a little. I always have to do some like super giant games. So it might be some Bastion again. It might just become a tradition every single year. I just play it until I beat it. Or some Transistor.
I've heard of some worse traditions than that.
Then again, I mean, they did make Hades 2, so I'll already be playing that. But
that's a very good point.
Yes. But yeah, and I guess to change it up, I'll probably play a little Die in the Dungeon, which is, it's a dice rolling game that's got RPG elements.
You can always pull something really old school, like some Paladins or some other high-res games that you used to do.
I could. Global Agenda.
Is that even still installed?
I don't think it's still up.
What about Defiance?
I would have to research that because I know that there was a company trying to bring it back, but I don't know. I never actually.
Oh no, you can get it out. You can get it right here, right now. I played it.
Okay, well then I might add some Defiance there.
And in action.
Fine, I might be adding some of that too.
Nice.
Anyways, so yes, there's gonna be plenty of gaming to be had, 24 hours straight. I believe, due to commitments on Sunday, I will be trying to start. Probably at 1 a.m. on Saturday and going to 1 a.m. on Sunday, allowing myself to sleep for 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6 hours, and then get up and have to do all the shit that I'm supposed to do on Sunday. So,
sounds like a pretty solid strategy to me.
Yes. All right, so let's get into the actual show. And the first topic has to deal, ironically, with an MMO, and that is Amazon's New World MMO, which Zealeus is really excited to talk about, so I'll let him take it away.
Exciting is not the right word. I would actually choose in this case, sir. I'll have you know.
Okay, fine.
Yes, depressing is more like it, but basically, New World Eternum, the surname for it now. I mean, it's a MMO that came out about 4 years ago. It's been out for a while, and it had some rough patches.
Yes.
And I was kind of playing it off and on during that time. And recently, Season 10 came out, Night Haven, which was very well received. And I had literally, like 2 days ago, reinstalled it. And I was ready to get back in because I really enjoyed playing the game. It had fun combat. The beauty of the game when you're out collecting is probably the best I played in any game.
Okay.
The maps are gorgeous. And like when you're out, logging or mining, whatever, and the sound effect, it's just really well done. There's a lot of things to like about the game. Obviously, it doesn't make everyone happy, but like it done well. It kind of turned the corner. It basically had like a resurgence over the last couple of months. Like their servers actually have had a queue for like a month now, which is a good thing. But as you've probably seen in the news, Amazon is laying people off because the profits must go up. It's not even that they were losing money. It's just that they need increased profits to make billionaires even more billions. And thus they are shuttering New World, which is kind of depressing because in the MMO world, one thing I liked about New World was it was not like a microtransaction hell. It was basically the very opposite of something like a Genshin Impact or that just came out with Blue Protocol or those type of MMO. Like, I don't know if they're considered MMOs. I don't know what you actually call them. Like all those kind of Korean, Japanese, whatever MMOs.
Gotcha games?
Yes, thank you. Gotcha games. Gotcha MMOs. Yep. I don't even know. GMMO, is that a thing?
Maybe. We're just making it right here, right now. It's a GMMO.
Yeah, it's like it was a serious MMO, kind of like a Final Fantasy or World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Where like, the stakes were there, and like you actually had to play the game to basically power up and stuff. I enjoyed the weapons. They had to it was the type of game where like the level up your weapons was how much did you use your weapon, which I think is a pretty cool leveling system. Personally, I like that.
When that
Dungeon Siege.
Yep, that's it.
So yeah, I've always been a fan of that type of leveling system. I think it's neat. So the thing is so really the crux of it is they announced it 2 days ago. Like, so we're patches basically, or like content, I should say, because supposedly we get security patches, but we're going to allow the game to run through the end of 2026. So they're going to say, wow, that's not going to happen because people play MMOs to play with other people.
Yep.
I know single player is a part of it. I totally get that. But I think even people who play MMOs single player, it's still knowing and just that acknowledgement that there's other players in the game. You can see them in hub centers and quests. Doesn't mean you actually have to interact with them. But they're just kind of there. So you get the social vibes. And the other part is more content is coming, right?
Right.
There's not always an official roadmap, but just by virtue of being an MMO, it's coming eventually, right? And so they put both of those together with a game like New World, and the problem that's going to happen now is people are just going to stop playing it, the current player base, and B, people aren't going to actually want to play the game, or new players have no incentive to now pick up the game,
right?
Because nobody picks up an MMO with a year shelf life. Why? So between both of those, my prediction is the player base is going to collapse exponentially quicker than some stupid C-suite asshat thought it was. And they're going to shutter it within 6 months. Because basically the player base is going to drop off so much where somebody with an Excel spreadsheet is going to be the number's no longer going to calculate. Cut the servers, bro. And then they're going to have a party because they saved even more money for their billionaire friends. So, yeah, it sucks. It's kind of just emblematic of everything kind of going on. Where unless it makes extra profits all the time, then it's not even worthy of production.
Right.
You just can't have something that makes money. It's not a lot of money. It's not uber amounts of money, but it makes money. Like that just isn't enough anymore. And it's just kind of sad. So yeah.
Yes, tis very sad.
And of course, the other unfortunate part, like from a human perspective, is this is just part of the larger Amazon layoffs. And many of those jobs are just disappearing, being either consolidated into more money for your rich friends or for the magical elixir that is AI. So, yeah, between both of those, there are outside of Amazon Game Service, there's a lot of layoffs at Amazon just kind of internal. So it all around just kind of sucks.
Yeah. It does indeed. Okay, so let's transition to something that does not suck, and that is the fact that we finally, although it's taken longer than anticipated, we finally have a release date for the second season of the live-action One Piece on Netflix. It is going to premiere on March 10th, 2026, and according to certain websites here, the season 2 episode titles, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them, are the following, and that is Big Trouble in Little Garden, Deer and Loathing in Drum Kingdom, Good Whale Hunting, Nami, Dearest, Reindeer Shames, The Beginning of the End, Wax On, Wax Off, Whiskey Business. Now, you may, if you've looked this up already, you may already know that a lot of these episodes are deer themed, DEER, the animal deer, and that's all because of the newest crew member that's going to be joining the Straw Hat Pirates, and that of course is Chomper, the doctor, and the first truly CGI character of the cast.
Is he a deer?
He is.
I'm trying to figure out the deer theme. Like, what does the doctor have to do with the deer?
He is a rain. He looks like a reindeer.
Okay.
What do you call it when it's an animal but with like human characteristics?
Anamorphic.
Yeah, anamorphic. Chopper can change his size depending on his magic. And I apologize. I don't remember the exact thing, but I'm just going to call it the magic balls that he eats.
That sounds super.
But he is a riot. I loved the little reveal video they did when basically the cast was walking around and they were introducing the world to Chopper. It was
so. As
cool.
a One Piece fan, are you a fan of this potential addition to the show? From what you've seen so far?
So in the little teaser trailer where they actually introduced Chopper, I was like, yes, this looks like Chopper. Now, how he actually interacts with the crew, that's yet to be seen. And once again, this is you got to remember that they're with this live action version, they're taking a lot of the fluff out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure how much time, because like the when Chopper gets introduced, it's like, I don't know, 12, 14 episodes before Chopper really joins the crew. And I think if you look at this, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, so it's going to be condensed, probably for the best though, to be honest with you, so we could just get shit moving.
Who knows? Maybe with season 2 coming out, maybe it'll be time to finally watch season 1.
Well, Zealeus, I can only hope that you do that, because I thoroughly enjoyed season 1. I, of course, have also watched way too many episodes of One Piece, but not as many as some people out there. I'm basically a third of the way through all of the episodes, which, of course, as we know, there's over 1,000 episodes. So
yeah, it's still a metric shit ton.
Yeah, I think I finished 386 the last time I checked, but it's been a while since I've watched any.
We're
just so inundated with anime these days.
What's that?
I said there's so much anime going on. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of Amazon, going back to our first topic here, Amazon apparently has snuck in a little feature for AI dubbing, and it is atrocious. Oh my God, it's so bad. You know,
I've tried occasionally on YouTube with music videos. I'll try doing the dubbing.
Yeah.
And it's always terrible.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad because, you know, like this guy, I don't even remember what the anime was, but I was like, oh, this seems interesting. And it was like AI experimental dubbing. I'm like, well, I'll just give it a shot. Sure. I lasted maybe 4 minutes, and I'm like, this is terrible. It's basically, it sounds like someone who has no talent whatsoever, who can't deliver a line. You know, a guy gets hit in the face with a stack of paper, and he's like, oh no, that really hurt. I don't know if I really need to go to this job interview. How did I end up with all the papers that just hit me in the face? I'm like, really? I was like, okay, maybe it's just like that act. Maybe it's just that character. Oh no, they're all the characters.
Well, it sounds like they need to get the translations down first, and then they can figure out how to add emotion to what they're saying.
I mean, just voice, pitch and volume is huge. You can't deliver everything deadpan.
AI. I mean, that's kind of with auto-created subbing. That's not easy, or dubbing.
Also, speaking of AI, there's been a wave of actors that have come out and have already voiced their dislike of certain studios tinkering with having AI create background characters so you don't have to hire extras. Ew. And the actors and actresses are like, no. You hire the extras because this is how they get their foot in the industry. This is how we all got our feet in the industry so that we can now be the big, the bigger names. You can't take away. It's like basically, here's the entry door into potentially acting, and then you just take the whole fucking door, and now it's just a wall.
I have a friend who does a good bit of extra work around town.
Yeah.
And for her, it's great because she has a kid and her husband works full time. And so it kind of goes back to the elimination of jobs at Amazon, right?
Right.
It's like at some point, like, I know it's like, with SNAP benefits and all this stuff, it's like, oh, no, you can't give stuff to people who are lazy and blah, blah, blah. It's like, from what I've met with people, like, most people, it's not that we want to work, but we know it's the fact that we need to work. You know what I mean? It's like most people want to have a job that pays money, and so they can do stuff, right? And like, so my friend, she does extra work for Amazon, or not Amazon, just in general shows.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was an extra on Tulsa King. I know she's talked about that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been in other ones. So it's like, so it's like people want to work. They want to have a way to make income.
Yep.
But if we keep on eliminating jobs like this, and guess what? We also do need, even if it's not like, kind of like my friend, right? It's not like she plans on becoming an actress.
Right.
But we still need gateway, entry-level jobs regardless, right? Like we just can't eliminate every, non-skilled labor job on the face of the planet, because then where are people going to start in the first place? So
exactly.
It's like, so it's like at the same time, it's like having jobs is actually a good thing so that we can have an economy and people can afford to buy food.
True.
Oh, maybe that's not a bad thing. Just saying.
Now, I just want to. This is from personal experience. There's been many a time when I've tried to get a job where I've gone to an interview and they've basically said, you're overqualified. or you don't have enough experience. Now, if you remove the ability to gain the experience to begin with, then yeah, you will never be overqualified, but you'll also never get the job.
Yeah, yeah. I got nothing else. It just
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The next topic, I feel like every single show we are now introducing the world to a new TV show based off of a video game. Now, this franchise has been around for a while, so it's not it's not like Clair Obscur or Absalom, where the game had yet to fully launch and they'd already talked about a TV show. This game or this franchise has been around since the original PlayStation. What I'm talking about is Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot is getting his own show, and it is headed to Netflix.
Is it animated?
Yes, it is going to be animated.
Thank you.
Yes.
I did not want a live action version of that. Okay, sure, why not?
The funny thing is, if it was live action, I could see, if for those of you who may not be as old as Zealeus and I, there were these commercials in the mid 90s that had a guy in a Crash Bandicoot mascot costume with the blowhorn, and he would be trying to like scream at Nintendo saying, "Hey Mario, get your ass out here." You know, trying to be the badass thing. If just Google Crash Bandicoot commercials. That if they were to ever do live action, that's the only way they could do it. Is a guy in a complete, mascot uniform. They can't, whatever. But yeah, they are going to create one.
Last Crash Bandicoot I see is from 2021.
So the first one was in 96. So yes,
I'm looking at like the most recent.
Yeah, it's been a while.
This makes an interesting choice to me, where it's like, and don't like. I know Crash Bandicoot, but to me, that's not a game that's like in the forefront of gamers' minds.
True.
Especially for the younger generations. Like, we know it because it was really popular back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And extremely good game, but it's like nowadays, it's like I didn't even know that they came out with one in 2021, and bloody hell, that's 4 years ago, almost 5 now.
Was it an actual platformer or was it one of their racing games?
I don't know. It's called Crash Bandicoot on the Run. Oh, nope, this doesn't count. Sorry. It's a PS1 game that was apparently ported to Android.
There you go.
Yeah, so, okay, it looks like...
I think it's like Crash Temple Run.
Actually did come out in 2020.
There you go.
So that actually counts. But still, you're talking at least 5 years. So it's...
Yeah.
I don't know. It's an interesting choice. I'll say that. I mean, I'll say Netflix has had a pretty good history with, the anime video game translations.
Yeah, I mean, they've had League of Legends, that's Arcane. You have Castlevania. You've had Tomb Raider, Splinter Cell.
You had Devil May Cry was good. That was fun. You had Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, I mean, they can make some good stuff.
Yeah, so why not? I mean, that's all I'll say. Why not? Yeah. I will say the reason I usually like the animes on Netflix. So like, my issue with a lot of the Crunchyroll animes.
Yeah.
I'm just not a big fan of classical anime humor, where because to me it takes me out of the moment of the anime when it's like you have that random side character and it has usually something to do with a female big boobs and some random dude oogling at her.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's that type of humor in a lot of those animes. And I don't know, that type of humor where it's just like, once is fine, but it's like completely over the top constantly. And to me, it just removes me from the moment of the show, like any type of show, when to me, it's like not a part of it. Versus like Devil May Cry did have those humorous moments.
Right.
But like, it was in line with Dante's character. Like, it was his sarcastic, just kind of nonchalantness when he had his humorous lines, first part of the character. So that's what gets me. A lot of those kind of like the regular anime humor for me is just kind of like doesn't do it for me.
Right.
So I'm a big fan of the anime. I think the anime on Netflix for that reason.
Well, I think the other thing is that there's so many yes, there are new animes coming out on Netflix, but when it comes to Crunchyroll, I feel like there's a new one, or I put in quotation marks here, a new one that comes out like every single week, and it's literally like the same. It's almost identical to the 3 other animes that have come out in the past 4 years. It's, they just changed maybe the main character's either gender, race, and I'm not talking like, Caucasian, African American. I'm talking like human, dwarf, elf, insert other werebeast, whatever. And then they change the job. Like it's a healer. Oh no, now it's an assassin. Oh no, it's a shield bearer. I mean,
yeah, and all variations of whatever that genre is. I was the weakest, and I'm now reborn as who we thought was the weakest, but the rest is strong.
That's right. My useless skill now makes me the most powerful.
Yeah, you said assassin. You might have seen the same one I saw on Netflix, where it's a new one that just came out. That's the assassin version of that.
Yes. There's the assassin version of that, and then there's the gatherer version, where all he does is like collect stuff, but he's actually super OP'd.
He's the best gatherer who ever lived.
Haha! I can gather up crazy amounts of rare herbs and mushrooms and twigs.
I guess that's useful if you're an assassin, actually, because you need all those potions and stuff to make your poisons.
Yeah. They should team up.
That'd be too strong. That'd be too overpowered, man.
Crossover. All right, so we talked about the fact, we just talked about, Crash Bandicoot was kind of the unofficial mascot of PlayStation in the early days, and then PlayStation has never truly had a mascot, but there has been a mascot, or I guess a de facto mascot for Xbox, and for many people, the de facto mascot for Xbox will always be Master Chief.
With the helmet.
Yes, with the helmet on, damn it. Do not take that helmet off. Now, there has been some recent backlash around the remake of the first Halo, Combat Evolved. Because, yes, in the early days of Halo, Microsoft was like, ooh, we can't just put Halo. That would be... No one's going to really like it, so we have to make sure that they understand there's combat, but it's like futuristic combat. So Halo Combat Evolved. They are remaking it, making it look super duper pretty, but the thing that's caused quite a bit of backlash is the fact that this bad boy is headed to the PlayStation 5.
I mean, that's dumb backlash because... Yeah, that's just dumb because why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's the OG fanboys, and yes, we know Halo is the Xbox shield bearer. But guess what? We don't even know if Xbox is coming out with the Xbox 2, whatever we're calling it. I don't even know.
Xbox SX2 750 Excel spreadsheet. Outlook.
Well, I think as I called it was it? What did I call it when I saw it on our forums? This was a different Slack channel. It was on our work Slack channel. I think I called it like, Xbox 365.
Yeah, exactly.
Or wait, Cobox.
Cobox. Yeah.
Powered by AI. Now the crazy rumor I did see was like that basically the next Xbox, whatever we're calling it, Xbox 365 is what I'm going to start calling it.
Okay.
Is now I can sue Microsoft when they use the same name because I already copyrighted it under a separate LLC. Let's go. Is like it's going to actually be a PC. that can run other launchers and stuff. That was the latest rumor.
So
you can run like Steam. So basically, yes, it's a Windows device.
Oh, great. We're back to the Steam box again.
Exactly what somebody said. They're like, we're going back to the Steam box. We already tried this. It didn't work because the reality is for a console, people want a dedicated gaming device. We've tried doing the media-centric device. That was the big pull of the Xbox One, was it?
Yes.
Remember, that was the big thing. It was going to be like the media controlling device in your house. And time again, we've shown that, like, yes, being able to do other apps in your console is nice. Nothing wrong with that. But people get consoles for playing video games. I think the big benefit, like, and when I think, like, there is a mental thing about it, right? Because, like, you sit down your PC and you can open the web browser. You can start browsing Reddit. You can start browsing Facebook, all this stuff. And then maybe it's also your work PC at the same time. That just happens to have Steam installed, right? Versus you sit down, you sit on your couch, you open up your Xbox, your PlayStation, by gosh, you're just going to sit there and play video games. So there is, I think, even just like that mental aspect of a video gaming console. And to me, the biggest issue with if it becomes multi-launcher, it basically require Windows, and now you're looking at a completely different, I would have to think, price proposition for a console.
Right.
Because with it basically being a stripped down OS, like they can do pretty high, FPS, etc., pixels. Right. I would realize a pretty reasonable price compared to what you have to pay to get a PC for that price. Now you load Windows on it, and it's like, well, we'll just buy a PC at this point. So I don't know. I think Microsoft honestly doesn't know what they're doing with the next Xbox at this point.
Yeah. I agree.
That's good. Like, we know there's going to be another PlayStation 6 or whatever we're going to go with. I'm just going to say PlayStation 6. I'm assuming Nintendo's going to do a Switch 3. I mean, I know we're years out because we just got the Switch 2. But there's nothing to indicate that there won't be another Switch, 7 years down the road or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the Xbox, honestly, who knows? I hope there's another one just because the competition is good.
Right.
We'll see.
Who knows? Who knows?
Bill Gates, he knows everything.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, well, then we're all screwed.
Yes. Yes, we are. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause real quick to thank the individuals who help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore. And that, of course, are the friends of the show. And so without further ado, let's start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com. The next shout-out we got to give is to the AV Master himself, and that, of course, is Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously Whack Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia. The next shout-out we got to give is to an individual who helps get those aches and pains out of your body if you're in the greater Atlanta area, and that, of course, is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic is a unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone could be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. The next shout out we got to give is to the music maestro himself, and that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion? CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. And the final shout out we got to give is to the original backer of Alter Confusion through Patreon. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. But while not in meetings and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know at this very moment in time, you are dying to know, how do I become a friend of the show? Well, my friend, it is quite simple. Alter Confusion survives on the love and support of fans like you, and that's why we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, mummies, swamp creatures, zombies, supporters, and more to become active participants in the work we love through a monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers that you can pledge at. We have the $1 a month tier, that's $1 a month or $12 a year. What that gets you access to is early access to all of our playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in Patreon-only posts. Now, if you're feeling extra frisky, you can bump that up to $5 a month. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. And what that will get you is everything at the $1 tier, but you'll also gain your name or organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. So if you want to become a patron of Alter Confusion, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Altered Confusion today. Now, I made mention of this early in the show, but I just want to bring it back. Ladies and gentlemen, Alter Confusion is proud to say that we have been fundraising for Extra Life for 14 years straight. Extra Life is gamers doing what they do best, game, to help sick and injured children in their chosen Children's Miracle Network Hospital. The money that we raise through Extra Life will go directly to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta as unrestricted funds. This means that the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars we raise make the biggest impact in the lives of the kids they treat. So if you have the capacity to donate, please go to extra-life.org and search for Altered Confusion. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I know that some of you out there have been dying for me to tell you how you get your hands on some sweet Alter Confusion merch. Perhaps like a hat or a coffee cup that looks slightly different than this one, but it is still a coffee cup. Or perhaps you want that very durable vinyl sticker. Or perhaps you're looking for the Alter Confusion beanie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all you got to do is go over to alteredconfusion.tv/merch, and you can check out that, all those items and more. And of course, I would stockpile them just in case, you need an extra couple hats or cups or beanies or stickers, because stickers you could put anywhere.
I say, if you get enough hats or cups, you never have to clean them.
Exactly. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, alteredconfusion.tv/merch. Alrighty. And also, real quick, the Extra Life thing, I am doing it this Saturday from 1 a.m. to Sunday at 1 a.m. So come stop by, chit-chat, make sure that I am still functioning, make sure that I do not have a mishap of, 8 years ago now where I fell asleep on top of my controller and I was walking into the same wall for 8 minutes, and thankfully a friend saw that and called my phone and woke my ass up. So,
what's the fun in being able to function?
Anyways. All right, let's jump back into some more news. All right. When you have your first big hit, especially if you are not a AAA studio, there are going to be tons of fans that will scream from the mountaintops that you need to make a sequel to this amazing game that has been blowing everyone's minds. And for the most part, a lot of developers will be like, okie dokie. That was not or is not the case with a studio called Motion Twin. And Motion Twin is the company that gave you Dead Cells, which is a phenomenal, amazing game. It's hard as balls, but that's probably another game I'll play during the game-a-thon. I'm going to be honest. It's a platformer. You're trying to get all the way through. You've got several bosses you got to kill. And so everyone's thinking, okay, the obvious thing is they're going to make a second Dead Cells, and they decided not to. What they decided to do is create a game called Windblown, which isn't bad, and I might play that too, but it definitely is not Dead Cells. And they just said, we did not want to get trapped in trying to catch that craze a second time with a game that was going to be, probably picked apart because of things that we tweaked from the first one. So they decided to go in a completely different direction.
The thing that's interesting to me about sequels is, by and large, I feel like sequels try to like reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
But like they turn the wheel into like a square hexagon.
Yeah.
So it's like they take and they just change it. And the antithesis, I would say, would actually be Hades 2.
Uh-huh.
Meaning, like, literally, like, to me at least, like, they changed some things up, obviously.
Yes.
But Hades 2 is really Hades 1. And I don't say that, and that's not a bad thing at all.
Right.
Like, they took what they knew worked, and they basically just made it the same. Which, again, that's a great thing. And I feel like, and it got me thinking, like, a lot of times, like, why don't developers just basically, like, when they come to the second one, just release the same damn one but better? Kind of like Heroes of Might and Magic actually kind of did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like they just released the same game a little bit better, but the same game.
They upgraded the graphics, maybe they changed out some units.
Yeah, and it's especially if you're like, I really like this game.
Yeah,
just give gamers more of that game. That's basically the same thing, and guess what? People are gonna not just buy it, but enjoy it.
Right, and I for me personally, I think that type of strategy works exceedingly well when it comes to single player games. MMOs,
sure.
Yeah, now you're fracturing your player base.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, I guess that's what DLCs are for.
Which is why you'll never ever see a World of Warcraft 2.
Yeah, I'd say RuneScape is really the only one that does the. I mean, I guess Final Fantasy 14 technically with 11, but you're right. Like most were gonna do that. I'd say RuneScape is one exception.
Yeah.
Where like World of Warcraft actually does that because they have. I don't even know how it works, but they have like Classic, and then they have different versions of Classic. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Why does it work? Try explaining it to me. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here.
They've made so much money that they can do whatever the hell they want to with World of Warcraft, and people will still flock to it.
In a way, though, it's kind of like what I was actually just saying, right? Like, I know it's not technically a sequel; it's like a prequel.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
Obviously, people want it, so don't reinvent the wheel. Just give them the wheel again, and it's obviously working.
Just change out the tassels that are on your handlebars, okay? That's really it.
That's what it is. So, so more power to them. It's doing what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
We're starting to get to the rumors. I'll be interested to see where it goes in Final Fantasy 14. Because their problem is almost. So you hit Endwalker, right? Which, I don't know, I guess that's about 3 years ago now, which is the culmination of 10 years of MMO. Am I still here? You may have lost me. What?
I got you're kind of still here.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So like 10 years of like basically MMO storytelling told. And it's almost like, in a way, like the gameplay wasn't bad, but it was almost like secondary to the story. And it was phenomenal, like it worked. And then it came out with Dawn Trail, where the story was kind of like, eh.
Uh-huh.
I'd be very curious to see where they go. I know we're still like probably a year or two out from, the next expansion, but like the combat experience is not great on Final Fantasy 14. It's not bad, just kind of like, eh. So, and the problem is like every expansion follows the exact same recipe. You have 6 zones, you go explore the zones, and honestly, like 80% of it's kind of filler, where you're not really doing anything germane of any actual interest. So I'm very curious to see if, I guess, like I mentioned, so Dawn Trail, a lot of people have left Final Fantasy 14, honestly. Part of it is because the story's just not as interesting. You're seeing literally the same gameplay for the last like 6-7 years. So I'm very curious to see if they change anything up for the new expansion, or if they say or announce they're going to actually change anything up, or if it's going to be the same as it. Because at least, like, I know I haven't played WoW in years, but everything I've seen is like they're at least trying to do new things and make like interesting changes.
Right.
Whether or not they succeed, another thing. But I think at some point you have to change things up from an MMO. You can only do the same thing for so long.
Right. All right. Let's go to the topic that makes Charlie and potentially Zealeus kind of happy.
Happy topic. Let's go.
So here is the deal. The experiment that was Doctor Who and Disney Plus is over. Many people in the last couple of months have basically said that because of how it was left, the Doctor Who is basically dead in the water, and don't expect it to do anything for a while because of what the last regen was. And if you don't know what it is, I'm not telling you. Go freaking watch it so you can do it. I think the regen is now on YouTube. So if you don't want to watch if you don't have Disney Plus, or if you just want to skip, basically to the last page of the book, you can find the regen and see who the Doctor regens into.
Yeah.
Anyways, BBC has come out and said, yes, we're done with the deal with Disney Plus, but that doesn't mean that Doctor Who is done. There's actually going to be a Christmas special, and it is being written by Russell T. Davies, who is a writer who has a ton of credits, especially with the Doctor Who series. I'm not exactly sure who the Doctor will be in the episode. I have a feeling that if they do go with what the regen was or is, it's going to be kind of like a David Tennant deal, where that Doctor is going to be around for that episode, and then that they're going to, and it's because the Doctor had to regenerate into that person for that specific reason in the episode for the Christmas special, and then it will regen into another character. Would be my or another actor or actress. Will be my guess.
Basically into the season. I don't know what season we're in anymore, honestly. Yeah. But the next season would basically regen into that.
Yes. Now, if you go into IMDb, it is nuts. The Disney, I'm going to call it the Disney Doctor, is not part of the IMDb Doctor Who entry.
Really?
It is its own piece.
Huh. I always feel like, so we have Old Who, and we know we start with Dr. 9, Christopher Eccleston. That's a very clear line.
Yep.
I do feel like at some point we've got to this new line, and it may have been maybe with the Disney one, with him. I don't remember his name.
I can't pronounce it, so I'm not. I don't want to butcher it.
I almost wonder if, whoever the next Doctor, because I agree with you. I'm kind of thinking the same line as you.
Yeah.
Where like the Christmas, like this person will be a bridge kind of to the next Permanent Doctor.
Yes.
And almost from there, be like, okay, let's now start the newer Who or something, like almost like a new era of Doctor Who. I could totally kind of see that being like, because now they're done with Disney Plus, and I can definitely see that kind of being like the break and going to a new era. I don't think is the most illogical thing I've ever heard, and not the worst, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I guess the question is, as Doctor Who, like, how much do you want the weight of, as much as we love, everyone loves David Tennant as a doctor, right? But like, at some point, you just let that go.
Yeah.
Kind of move on to like truly a new era. Like, okay, we love these doctors, but this is a new Doctor Who, frankly.
Yeah.
I wonder if maybe at some point that does happen, and I would not be surprised.
So before Disney's 2 seasons, the BBC had, for the new Doctor, started with Eccleston. It was 13 seasons.
Yep.
So between Eccleston, Tennant, Matt Smith, Capaldi, Whitaker, that was 13 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point, it should probably happen.
Yes. Yes.
As long as they're still the TARDIS.
Yeah.
I mean,
if they get rid of the police box, I'll be like, okay, what are you doing?
It's no longer Doctor Who. Like, you can change up the sonic screwdriver. That's cool. Give it a different flavor for each Doctor. I appreciate this. But you have to have the TARDIS.
Yeah. Yes. So, okay, then the next topic I got to bring is there are certain times where gamers come together and do like the weirdest, craziest thing in games. And case in point, there's a game out there called Victoria 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the players, many players, banded together and decided that they were going to see how many deaths by famine they could accomplish in a single year in this game. And the number that they got is ginormous. And I've got to I've got to count the zeros here because I don't want to screw up. Because that's 1,000, that's 1,000,000, that's 1 billion, that's 1 trillion, that's a quadrillion, quintillion. Okay. So 860 quintillion deaths by famine.
That's impressive.
And because people have lots of time on their hand, they're like, oh, by the way, that number of deaths is enough to depopulate the Earth, the planet we live on right now, 107 million times.
Nice. So here's something that always gets me about the Paradox games, right?
Yes.
And this is not exclusive to Victoria 3. Most of all their games are like this. So right now, there's a promotion. 70% off the game.
Mm-hmm.
So $50 down to $15. I'm like, okay, it sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
But then you start looking at the details. It's like, wait, or you could buy the starter edition, which comes with its DLCs, and now it's $32.49.
Yep.
Wait, there's more.
Yep.
There's the Victoria 3 Ultimate Bundle for 43% off at $51.53.
Yep.
So, like, a part of me is like, wait, like, is it even worth buying just Victoria 3 on its own? Is it even a good game?
Right.
Or is it like, the Civilization games where, like, you have to basically get the expansion, DLCs, for it to become an actual real game to play now?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, but you're right. This is not the first game that that's had, that allows people to play God for an entire world. I mean, I can't lie. There have been times where in the early Sim Cities, where I may have turned on the natural disasters and wiped out my entire town because I got pissed. Or on Sim Earth, where I somehow killed all the animals. Or Sim Ant. Yes, there was a lot of different Sims back in the day.
Oh my gosh, Sim Ant. That brings back the memories.
Where I killed my entire colony because I got pissed.
The Reds versus the Black Ants.
Yeah, buddy. And then you then it became
the Black Ants.
Huh?
Didn't you start as the Black Ants? You had to conquer the Red Ants, if I remember right.
Yes, I think so. And then, of course, we all went to just The Sims, where when you got really pissed, you would put them like in a swimming pool and remove the ladder, or put them in a room with a bunch of fireplaces and a bunch of floor rugs, and then take away all the doors, so you could watch them burn to death, because we're all sick individuals.
I never actually played The Sims. I somehow missed it.
I have 3 different iterations of The Sims before The Sims became free to play. And the only thing you have to pay for is the DLC. So, yeah. I did that.
Yeah, so I've read a couple of the quick comments on Victoria 3, and they're basically like, yeah, the game is kind of incomplete without the DLCs.
Well, there you go. So basically, you're getting the intro levels if you just buy the base game.
Yeah.
So there's another story out there. This one was all about the game that I was extremely let down by. Starfield. And Starfield just let me down in so many different ways, be it with like the lack of romantic entanglement, where like the sexiest time that you have is maybe you'll hold hands, or maybe you'll go to sleep on your ship, and when you wake up, your partner is laying next to you.
Whoa. For some of us, that's a pretty big deal. I'm just saying.
Anyways, so a designer for Starfield was interviewed recently, and they admit this is not that Starfield was not the same caliber as a Fallout or Elder Scrolls, and the reason, hello AI, is that there was so much procedurally generated content that every single planet was just samey. You know, it's they changed the color of the rocks, and that's really ta-da. Yeah. Now there is a game.
The big deal was going to be all the unlimited planets.
Yeah, all the planets that you could explore, but it's like it was kind of like. Oh man, I can't think of the game off the top of my head, but it's basically like you saw one planet, or no, there's like 3 different versions of like a planet, and then all the facilities had the exact same layout. Like someone was like a government contractor who went to all these infinite planets and built the same fucking mining facility on every single one of them, exactly the same.
I know it's not the game you're thinking of, but Mass Effect 1, frankly, is that way. Where when you explore the planets and you go into like the facilities, they're all the same layout.
Yes.
To the point where you'll see on your map where there's this room, but you can't even get to the room because there's just not even a door there.
Yes.
Like,
well, that's the same as Dragon Age 2, where they used the exact same map over and over and over again. And to be cool, what they do is they would basically flip the map upside down or rotate it 90 degrees. And instead of having the map update where where there's now walls, you would still see the opening, but there would just be rocks in front of it, and you're thinking, okay, there's definitely some way that I can open this. No, you cannot. It's just that they were fucking lazy and didn't fix the map to meet the specifications of the dungeon.
So it's interesting. So looking at my Steam list of friends who have played Starfield, obviously some people have liked it. So hours played, 122 hours, 307 hours, 153 hours, and 120 hours. So obviously, but then you do go to the next people, and you have 10 hours and 4 hours.
Yeah. I'm one of those high numbers. I will fully admit, because the thing is, you get so used to just rinsing, repeating, and then and for me, praying that this next planet is going to be different when it's
That's
not.
Fair. Yeah.
It's not, but I always hold on hope. Look what you did to me, Zealeus.
I gave you hope? What? No.
You crushed my soul again.
Dreams do come true.
So let's go. I'm gonna go back and try to do like a palate cleanser here. Seriously, the game that I've been playing, I've really been playing 2 games as of late, and that is Star Wars Outlaws. Which, by the way, if you buy this game, and I know that a lot of computers come with an SSD now. Okay, solid state drive. You have to install it on a solid state drive. Do not try to play the game if you do not have an SSD. Because, oh dear God, you are going to scream because shit don't work. Like it does. Like the load in times are slow as balls. And when you're actually in the game, if you run, God forbid you run in the game, the textures and sometimes the floor will not render fast enough, and you will get trapped.
Wait, don't you have an SSD?
I do have an SSD, but I also have another hard drive, which I thought was also another SSD, and it's not, by the way. And actually, if you install it on a non-SSD hard drive and you load into the game, it will flash a warning up saying that you really need to put this on an SSD.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But anyways, play it on an SSD, and it is a lot of fun. Though there is a lot of sneaky stealth stuff that I suck at. I have yet to get through an area where I'm supposed to be sneaking around without raising suspicion. I have always screwed up at some point and had to shoot my way out.
I mean, hey, if it works.
So I've been playing that game, and then the other game I've been playing is the game that I mentioned earlier. It's called Absalom. It is a game that it's you go from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen. You have to kill a bunch of enemies to advance to the next screen. But the cool thing is that you start off with two characters that you can select between, and it can also be a co-op game. But you can also unlock, through playing the game, 2 additional characters, and there's also features and additional areas that will unlock as you go, so you're not having to do the exact same path. Though,
cool.
Technically, they all line up to go through the same... there's like, once you've opened up all the paths on the first island, because you go to a couple of different islands. First island, I think there's a total of 3 different bosses you have to fight, and then every single path will funnel into the final boss on the island. And then once you kill that one, then you move on to the next island. And as you play, like I said, you unlock more stuff or you get more information. Like, I just learned that there's certain indicators that if you see them on the screen, it means that there is a hidden area that's got a treasure chest that's going to help you out in some way. So,
go explore, bro.
Yeah. Go explore, damn it. in however you can. Because I mean, like I said, you're basically on a screen, and sometimes it kind of scrolls a little bit because it's not like you're locked on a single screen. It's not Double Dragon or Streets of Rage like the arcade editions.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Battletoads, whatever you want to say. But at the same time, once you beat that section, then of course you get rewarded with coins or gems that you can use to unlock some other abilities, or from time to time you'll get like power-ups that you can customize your character, and now your light attack now causes static electricity that if you hit them enough times they will get shocked.
Nice.
So it's a good game. I could kind of see where a story or an animated feature or TV show could be used for that game. But there is a lot of rinse and repeat, and thankfully they keep adding layers onto it as you go.
Nice.
So there you go. There's my sales pitch. Like I said, I will be playing that game. Star Wars Outlaw, Hades 2. Probably those 3 games will be my mainstay unless I get completely burnt out and I need something, colorful and silly. And then you'll see some random ass games because I always have those random games.
Nice.
Yeah. And of course, Zealeus is playing
Blue Protocol Resident Star, which it's a gacha MMO. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know if I would actually recommend it. One of those type of games. But it's also a game like I could stop playing tomorrow. Like I enjoy it, but I can also stop playing tomorrow and just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I can feel like I lost anything when I just stopped playing it. So it's
right.
It's there. It's a game. I was like, it just came out. I enjoyed all the players at once. It's kind of a fun experience, but there's not really a whole lot of meat to the game. So I'm just kind of whatever. And I did tonight watch the first episode of the new Witcher season 4, and I enjoyed it.
I will have to watch. I don't think I actually watched season 3.
It's like, Liam Hemsworth. He's not
Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Yep.
Like some of the things he can tell when he tries to emulate, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
I'm like, sorry, bro, your fuck just is not the same.
Yeah.
So there are some things he does, but overall, if you're able to separate the whole drama of Henry Cavill leaving and all that blah blah blah,
yeah,
like there are some good one-liners, there are some good action sequences, there are some storyline setups. So I'm like, okay, I'm into it. I'll watch the rest of the season. So, but I've also never been one where it's like, this must follow the story of the video game in the books, or spawn and it must burn in hell.
Well, the books and the video games don't really match up anyway, so.
Yeah, so as far as following the canon, I'm I don't know what canon is for The Witcher, so I don't really care. Definitely very much made you could tell, I will say, going into season 4 in the opening, they obviously tried to distance themselves from Cavill's Witcher with how they started it. And it's just kind of like, oh, okay, we got to here. Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it.
All right, we'll go.
Yeah. Yeah.
All righty then. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, once again, Alter Confusion's Extra Life will be this Saturday. That's November the 1st, from 1 a.m. until 1 a.m. the next day. Come, stop by. If you haven't donated, please do if you have the capacity. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. What's the matter, Zealeus?
New mic stand?
Huh?
Do you have a new mic stand?
No.
I thought it used to light up red or something.
It does light up red. You just can't see it.
Okay. Sorry.
Someone's been playing with my mic stand. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure getting to cover our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back for another Thursday Night Hangout next Thursday.
And remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.